What's up, Eric? How we doing?
Yes. Hi there, David. How are you?
I'm John. I'm sitting in for Dave today, but I'm doing great.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Good to hear, John. I want to let you know I'm a big fan of your show. I like your show, and I've been following your advice. Long story short, I don't want to get into it, the full scenario. If we need to do that, then I'll need to sit with an advisor. But I'm low income, and I filed for bankruptcy about 3 years ago, which I know you're against that, but it was the best thing that could happen to me because I learned a financial lesson. I, as a result of being low income, do not want to own a car. I do not want to lease a car. That is completely off the table, and I received professional advice against doing that, and I'm fully agreeing with that. I also agree with Dave's advice about not bothering with credit cards because that's off the table. What I was advised to do was to rent a car from Enterprise when you need it because my insurer and my other advisors told me you want to be the type of person that you want to use the car, but when the car's done, you hand it over and say it's your problem now. You want to take the damage waiver out and everything. I normally advise against that, but in your case, I'm for it. However, as you know, for those car rental places, it contradicts Dave's advice, and you need a credit card to rent from them, and I don't want a credit card. Is there any tactic or way of advisement to get around it? Because I'm bankrupt, and it would cost me more for a credit card, obviously, to get the bankrupt card that I don't want to begin with than it would be worth, but it's more feasible to rent the car. What do I do? Because it contradicts what Dave tells me.
Let me tell you this first. You've been through hell and back, haven't you?
Yes, long story short.
So what I want to tell you is just guy to guy, friend to friend now. I'm glad you're back and you've been through it and you've got more advice and people jawing at you and people coming after you. It's been a rough season, and I want you to know I'm grateful for your call and I'm grateful for these boundaries you're putting in place in your life.
Yes.
There's gonna come.
I'm grateful that you've been able to take my call because I haven't been able to get through to the show. And today I just decided randomly I'll try it. Luckily, I got through. I'm more grateful that you took the call.
Well, that's awesome. So there's long story short, I travel all over the country. I'm gone probably a week and a half, sometimes 2 weeks a month. I rent cars all over the nation, and I don't have a credit card. I use my debit card.
I have a comment about that, but I'll let you continue.
Okay, I do have on the debit card that I travel with, I do have space, and so I am fortunate that if they put a $300 hold or whatever, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I know not everybody's in that situation. Okay, I want to go back before, and by the way, and I've also run into trouble. I was just telling Jade off air, we were talking about this, and I said I one time was sitting at a car rental counter in Dallas, Texas, and I looked at the person working and I said, "Can you please figure out a way that I can give you my money? I'm trying to pay you." And she would, it was such a mess. And I ended up having to leave, and I had to go to another counter. They took my money right away and had me in a car within 2 minutes, and we were out the door. That said, I really want to challenge the wisdom. And again, you've got people working with you, and you and I have known each other for 90 seconds now.
Right.
I want to challenge the wisdom that you are taking a very expensive way to get yourself around.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I'd only do it occasionally. That's the thing. And when I want to go expensive, I like to go luxury because it's only occasional.
Eric, Are you still walking through the bankruptcy, or is it complete? Like, was it Chapter 7?
It's finalized. The Chapter 7, it's finalized, good, done, it's gone, and I'm proud of it. I wouldn't want to do it any other way. It's basically, and I'm cash only.
And so where are you at now with your income?
I'm just low income. I'm in housing type situation.
Okay, how much? Or if you don't feel comfortable saying it, that's fine, but I'd like to be able to help you as accurately as possible.
How much, what do you need to know?
I wanted to know what you're earning a month because I want to find out your debt is gone, everything's been liquidated. I want to know what you're left with and kind of what your plan going forward is, because I agree with John. renting cars is not sustainable. You're going to spend more on the long haul. You can get a cash car at some point, not today, but we want to get you on a plan that's going to be sustainable.
And you keep referring to yourself as low income as though it's an identity.
It's not who you
I
are.
want to disagree with that's not who you are, brother. That's where you find yourself right now. But that's not who you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I get $800 a month, and my portion of rent is $300, and then housing's portion. And basically, the rest of the money goes on whatever else necessary: food, groceries, my transit card, things like that. It's basically gone by the time it makes there after the bills.
Are you on disability? Are you unable to work?
It's a long story, but yes, I don't want to get into that situation on the air. If you want to speak with me about it or connect me with an advisor, I can get into that portion, but yes.
We definitely want to do that. We definitely want to get you connected with somebody that can help you financially, and I'm going to have Austin pick up afterwards because there's a lot more to this. And
yes, and I agree, but I just, it's time constraining for the show. I'm trying to get right to the point without going on.
Sure,
well,
no, I mean,
then this is the fact. What John said, you're going to run into an issue with that because when you do use a debit card, they're saying, hey, yeah, we'll do this, but you're a liability to us. So they're going to charge a lot more on your card. They're going to put those holds on there. If you're going from place to place, sometimes they'll even say, like, you've got to show us your ticket. If you're flying somewhere, your ticket here and your ticket returning. Like they make it hard for people who honestly just want to pay cash for things. They do. And so in your situation where your income is so limited, I don't believe that this is the best possible thing for you long term. But in the short term, do know that you are going to run into those problems.
And I know you mentioned you do like to do luxury when you do it. It's not a season for luxury right now. I totally get that sentiment and that feeling. That's just not the season you're in right now. And here's the thing, Jay, this is a choice I made. Kind of like if I've got a diet restriction, I'm always doing these weird diets, and I go to you and Sam's house for dinner. I'm not going to impose that on you guys. I get to make choices about what I mean because that's on me.
Yeah.
So when I go to a rental car counter, I'm not mad at them. They're making my life hard, but I chose this no credit life.
That's right,
and
John.
So be it, man. I'm not going to lose sleep because y'all don't want my business, right?